This is a hard one. I want to be able to get happy end first thing. But I showed you guys the trailer, so that's not going to happen. Um, should we tell her about it, if that's what we're going to do? Or should we just ignore it and say you're thirsty? Um, hmm. You thirsty? Oh, the happy music started playing. I think I did the right decision. I saw a vending machine by the overpass when we entered the station. I figured that there's enough time before our trains come to have a soda. You want one too? My treat. Oh, that person starts to blush. A soda from Tristan? Sure, I don't mind getting one for you. Just tell me what you want and I'll get it. Mia hesitated for a moment. Maybe she felt guilty about having somebody spending money on her. It was perfectly okay with me. I had plenty of spare change in my wallet, so it wasn't like I was wasting money or anything. Or perhaps she was misinterpreting my kind gesture as something more than what it was. Given the way she'd been behaving around me so far, I wouldn't put it past her to read it too much into it. Too much into it. Yeah. Her face was turning bright red. I bet if I were to crack an egg over her head, it would be fried in no time. Dang, that would be that would be funny to try. But it would also be pretty mean, so I'd better not. I decided to put Mia out of her misery before she ended up losing herself in her own fantasies again. Mia? I tapped her on the shoulder. Eh? She jumped again. Oh, Tristan. Me again. I was starting to sense a pattern. If you're uncomfortable with me buying you a soda, we can both go over to the machine and buy one for ourselves. She glanced at the vending machine, and then back to me. It looked like Mia was really struggling to make up her mind. At the rate things were progressing, our trains were going to arrive before she made up her mind. I rubbed my brow in frustration. This was getting to be much of a hassle. I was about to discard the whole idea when... lemonade. Silence. It was faint, but I heard a reply. I moved my hand away from my face and looked down at Mia. Pardon? I want lemonade. When Tristan goes to get his soda, please get me a lemonade. Now that wasn't so hard, was it? I chuckled and lightly patted Mia on the head. She shrunk down in her seat. But I don't think it was because she didn't like it. If that were the case, she probably would have pulled away. But if anything, her face had gotten even redder than before. Funny, Mia didn't show this much humility when she was embracing me at school. Heck, judging from what she behaved there, one could assume that she was incapable of expressing humility. Maybe she only got shy when somebody else did it to her. Or maybe just with me. If someone at school tried to pat her head, she probably jabbed them with a pair of scissors or something. Yeah, jab them with a pair of scissors. Like that's ever gonna happen. No, she'd probably just run away. It was kinda hard to imagine Mia doing anything violent. She seemed like a passive-aggressive type to me. Alright, lemonade it is. Wait right there, I'll be right back. Tug. Oh, I don't like this. As I got up to go to the machine, Mia grabbed my sleeve. I turned back to look at her. She just looked up at me, silently. Something else? Even though she didn't respond, I was pretty sure I already knew what she wanted. Mia? Do you still want to come with me? Nod. Thought so. Alright then, up you get. We need to hurry if we want to buy the drinks and finish them before our trains arrive. Nod. While continuing to hold on to my sleeve, Mia stood up and we walked over to the machine. I guess she really wanted to stay with me, because she had completely forgotten to take her school bag with her. Not that it mattered, since we were the only ones at the station, so it wasn't going to get stolen or anything. And besides, the only object that she cared about was no longer inside the bag anyway. I was still carrying the broken, saliva-covered calculator in my pocket. It puzzled me as to how that saliva got onto the calculator in the first place. Mia probably pulled it out of the trash and stuffed it into her bag so fast that she never even noticed it. Lucky for her. And here it was with a wet, slimy blazer pocket. I was definitely going to throw it in the wash that night. Tristan? Mia tugged on my sleeve again. I was so deep in thought, I hadn't even realized that we were staying in front of the vending machine. And yet, earlier on, I chastised her for doing the exact same thing. Boy, I was severely off my game. Tristan, what's the matter? Are you going to get your drink? Can I have a lemonade? Are you still thirsty? Yeah, of course I am. One soda and one lemonade coming right up. Just gotta get my change out. I needed to find a way to break away from Mia, clean the drool off of the calculator, and discreetly place it back into her bag. I pretended to fish through my pocket, looking for my change while I scanned the station. I spotted a restroom nearby. Perfect. Say, Mia. I really need to use the men's room. Here, why don't you take the money and buy the drinks? I'll be with you in a sec. I handed the money to Mia and rushed to the restroom before she had a chance to reply. I rushed into the restroom and headed straight for the sink. I ran the calculator under the running water. It was broken, so it didn't really matter if the water got into the circuitry. Still, I made sure not to use too much water. I didn't want to get any trapped inside. If I did, the water leaked out. And the water leaked out inside Mia's bag, it would damage her school books. Just as long as I washed off the saliva and the blood from when I broke the screen. Funny, I'd forgotten about the blood until now. Oh well, as long as I washed it away, it didn't matter. When I was sure that the calculator was completely clean, I grabbed some paper towels and wiped it dry. I stuffed the calculator into my opposite pocket and dashed back outside. I didn't want Mia to get back to the bench before I managed to sneak the calculator back into her bag. But it looked like I had been rushing around for nothing. Because there was Mia, standing right where I left her, in front of the vending machine. And she was still carrying the change I gave her. It looked like she hadn't even brought the drinks yet. She was staring very intently at the selection. Maybe she was having second thoughts on the lemonade. But that was fine with me. Because while Mia was distracted, I could sneak over to her bag and place the calculator back before she even had a chance to notice. Still, there was the possibility of her turning around and spotting me. In which case, then what would I do? Would I tell her the truth, or would I just end up lying again? Okay, this was just plain silly. Here I was sneaking around, trying to prevent some girl from noticing that I had accidentally taken her calculator that I broke and threw away, and she had secretly fished out of the trash can and placed back into her bag, which I then accidentally uncovered, stuffed into my pocket, cleaned, and am now trying to return without her knowing. Seriously, people, if you're still reading this thing, I thank you. Alright, Tristan. It was time to put an end to this ridiculous excuse for a subplot. Should I try to put the calculator back now, or wait for a better opportunity? Okay, guys, I'm going to save here, and then we're going to continue off again. And next time, we will decide whether to put it back, or we're going to wait for a better opportunity. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.